Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video we're going to go through team selection for Game Week 25. So we'll look at some of the transfers I intend to make, taking a possible hit for the first time this season, look at captaincy and also just touch on maybe some chip strategy moving forward. So as always, if you like the content, give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's take a look. On screen then I have my team set up for Game Week 25, which is a difficult game week. I've been kind of planning for a while. I've been taking a few Manchester United players out. I had the likes of Martial and Weghorst at one point. Trippier I decided to keep. Shaw and Rashford were the key players that I thought I want to keep. Elmron was in for a while, weaned him out so that I didn't have to free hit in this because I think later on I might need it in Game Week 28, which is on the horizon. If I can avoid free hitting then, possibly make my life a little bit easier and I can gain some extra points down the line. But the side as it happens right now has brought a few issues with it. I have Cucurella, who's just not playing at the moment for Chelsea. Whether he gets his place back, I can't guarantee. Akanji played in the Champions League, but the last two league games he's not got 90 minutes and he's coming on off the bench, which is not ideal at all. So if anything like that happens, then I'm not going to end up with 11 players, and De Bruyne has got a flag on him. So I've got a number of issues in this side. I've got 3 players doubling, no Liverpool players, which worries me. So the plans I could have, and I'm not 100% sure of these, I'm delaying and I'm just not sure whether to take a hit, roll a transfer potentially. But I've also got to bear in the back of my mind Game Week 28 because there's a lot of players that could end up not playing if the FA Cup fixtures come round. And those are the players. So I could end up without Manchester United players, Akanji, De Bruyne, Man City going through, Andreas, Kane, all sorts. And I could even have the likes of Somerville may not play, but Andreas would. I could have, it might just be force my hand into a free hit, which I've got to use it at some point. So maybe I should just end up going down that route. But I've got to bear that in the back of my mind. I do feel for any transfers just to keep myself a little bit flexible. So the options I've got, I feel, is De Bruyne with a flag on him. He comes out with a lot of money invested in him. I think I can afford to not have 3 Man City players with the amount of double game weeks that other teams have got. And especially Liverpool, I really want to target. I've already got my 3 Arsenal players in. They're not going anywhere. So De Bruyne would step out. Akanji also. Neither seem to be absolutely definite to play at the weekend. I would love to bring in Salah and Trent, but I just cannot afford to bring both of them. That would be my absolute preferred option. I just don't have the budget. So the one player that's going to have to go, I think, is Trent, because I'm not going to forego Salah and most other Liverpool assets in the defensively. I can't get to. So Akanji unfortunately comes back in for me, but I do have options with that. Cucurella, it's not ideal week to bring him in, I don't think. But I do want James. I could move straight to James, who I think will definitely play given his rest in midweek. But doubling up away at Tottenham doesn't look great. But James, longer term, they've got a game in Game Week 28. So that does appeal. Liverpool, going back to the Salah point, potentially, if Leeds put out Fulham, would have that fixture against Fulham in Game Week 28 as well. So that would be interesting. Still only leaves me one Liverpool player. The only way I can perhaps, the other players I'll be interested in, maybe with Gakpo, but I would struggle to move up to him from Andres and Somerville, and I'm not sure I really want to get rid of those. And Rashford, I could go from Rashford to Gakpo. That is an option. Man United do have some difficult fixtures coming up without any doubles, and they blank 25 and blank potentially looking at it in Game Week 28. So I'm not sure that. Do I keep Rashford or do I get rid of Shaw? For Shaw's the other option to get rid of. Shaw, I could bring him out and I could save a lot of money, but bringing Tarkowski in, double game week, Arsenal red fixture, that could be quite nice. And Akanji would just come out and Tarkowski would go in. Whether that would take a 4-point hit to do that with James, Salah and Tarkowski in, or do I just keep Cucurella and hope Akanji plays potentially? Or I could scrap all that and just go Salah, or potentially take out Rashford and go for Gakpo. But Rashford's just been on fire. It feels ridiculous getting rid of him. But if fixtures don't look great and he doesn't play in 28, I would love to as well bring maybe some Brighton players in. But maybe I'll just have to take hits to do that later on. So I feel over this period there are going to be a few hits taken. And up to this point, I've managed to side with absolute intent not to take any hits. I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet on some of these. In terms of captaincy, I think there's only one choice really. Salah is the absolute only transfer I'm pinned on making, and he would get the captaincy. And that's how things stand at the moment. I'm still wavering this close to deadline, and come 10 minutes before deadline, I still think I will be wavering still, which is crazy. but we'll just wait for more team news.